Welcome, everybody. My name is Christine, and I am the Astro CEO, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be covering my pick for VP, what I see psychically that is going to happen. So I'm going to cover that for you today. But before we get started, for those of you that are new here, I wanted to mention that I do have a really unique membership. It's called the Level Up Your Life in Biz membership, and the details are down below in the show notes, and check it out. We'd love to have you join us. So we meet monthly in Zoom in a private setting, and our next Zoom is going to be on August 6th. So join us for that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at her birthday. Her birthday is October 20th, 1964. And her life path is a 5, her attitude is a 3, and her birthday number, which I also call her crisis number, is a 2. And we're going to cover all that in just a minute. So how do we figure out what the life path number is? It's super simple. Numerology is very simple. You just have to know how to add, right? So let's go ahead and do the numbers. Her birthday is 10/20/1964. And when you add all the digits, which would be 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 4, you add all those numbers together. When you add those together and reduce it to one digit, you get a 5. And that's how we determine what somebody's life path number is. Your life path number is the core essence of who you are deep down inside. And when people meet you for the first time, sometimes they don't see that. Okay. So again, your life path number is the core essence of who you are deep inside. Your attitude number, which in her case is a 3, your attitude number, it's the vibration that you give off when people meet you for the first time. So her attitude number is a 3, which is really interesting because the 3 is the natural comedian, and people with 3 in their chart tend to laugh a lot, which is what everybody criticizes her for, is for laughing all the time. But as you can see, this is her attitude number. It's the essence that she gives off when you meet her for the first time. But the core essence of who she is truly a 5. 5s are what I call in numerology the ultimate multitaskers. 5 people that have a life path 5 have the ability to multitask like no other, and they can juggle a lot, they can handle a lot, they can have like 10 different projects going on at the same time, and it's not a big deal. Okay, her birthday number is a 2. That's the day that she was born. She was born on the 20th, but when we reduce it to one digit, it's a 2. And so I also call that her crisis number. And so having a number 2 as your crisis number, this is how you respond in a crisis. And when you have that 2 energy, what it tells me immediately is that she has the ability, when she's in a crisis, to really tap into her intuition. That's her guiding principle, is taking a moment, tapping into her intuition, and that's how she best performs in the middle of a crisis. Okay, so moving on, let's take a look at some of the people that she's considering as her VP pick. Okay, first and foremost, let's take a look at Josh Shapiro. Now, he is a life path 1. 1s and 5s are compatible. So as you can see here in the middle of the screen, they are a natural match, which is really good. So your life path number, again, is the core essence of who you are, and they are a natural match. Okay, their attitude numbers, she's a 3, Josh Shapiro is an 8. Okay, so what I have to say about that, and remember, as I previously said, your attitude number, it's the vibration that you give off when people meet you for the first time. When I see an 8 as an attitude number, that tells me immediately that sometimes people with an 8 attitude number have a tendency to put their foot in their mouth. They say things without even thinking about it. And the rest of us are going, oh my God, I can't believe that he just said that. So watch for that in the future when he's giving speeches or campaign rallies or things like that. Watch for that H vibration showing up as his attitude number. Now, their crisis number, which is really interesting, they both have a crisis number of 2, which is really interesting. So they both are a natural match in that department. So when we're looking at the compatibility chart here, their life path number and their crisis number are a natural match. The only thing that's not matching is their attitude number. Okay, so let's move right along. Let's look at the next VP under consideration, which is Mark Kelly. Okay, so Mark Kelly is a life path 7. 5s and 7s are a natural match. and their attitude numbers are compatible, which is really good. So she's a 3, he's a 5, so he's a multitasker. That's the energy that he gives off when you first meet him. But what's interesting is his crisis number is a 3, which is the natural comedian. He has the ability to laugh his way out of certain problems. So, or if there's a crisis going on, you might see him kind of chuckle a little bit. It's kind of like again, your crisis number, the day that you were born, it tells me how you respond in a crisis. Okay. So sometimes when you have that 3 energy, you don't take things very seriously. You see the magnitude of the problem, but you don't take it seriously when you have a 3 as your birthday number. So in the 3 categories here, their life path number is a natural match. Their attitude number and birthday number are both compatible. So that's a good match right there. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at Tim Waltz. Life path number is a challenge. Remember, your life path number is the core essence of who you are deep down inside. She's a 5, he's a 3. It is a challenge. So I would say this is a big, I don't want to say it's a big red flag, but this is a flag going up that them working together at the core essence of who they are, it's going to be a challenge. However, their attitude number and their birthday number are both compatible. He has an attitude of 1, she's an attitude of 3, and their crisis number, he's a 6. So he can be very comforting. When you have that 6 energy, it's like nurturing mother energy. So he can be very comforting during a crisis. And she's a 2. She would be very intuitive. So they're very compatible on that level. What concerns me about this chart that we're looking at is the challenge to the life path number. I have some concerns about that. Okay, moving right along, let's take a look at Pete Buttigieg. Okay, their life path number, which is another flag going up, is a challenge to each other. She's a life path 5 and he's a life path 4. They are not compatible at all. In the deep core essence of who they are not compatible. So when you're working with somebody day to day, I would say that this is a flag. Okay. Now let's look at the attitude number and the crisis number. They're both compatible. He has an attitude of 2 and he has a crisis number of 1. These are compatible. Attitude number, crisis number are all compatible. The only thing that I have some concerns about is the life path number. Okay. The core essence of who they are is a challenge to each other. So I would say this is kind of a flag. I don't want to call it a big red flag, but this is a cautionary flag going up when I take a look at this. So I wanted to point these out to you as the top contenders that she's considering. I wanted you to look at the numerology and the charts and see where they're compatible and where they have some challenges. So today is August 1st, 2024. It's Thursday. And I wanted to give my prediction. It is 1:37 Mountain Time. And I wanted to give my psychic prediction on who I believe Kamala Harris will pick as her VP running mate. And my psychic prediction, my intuition is telling me that it's going to be this guy, Josh Shapiro. This is my psychic prediction. Now, when we look at the numbers for Josh Shapiro, again, the core essence of who they are is a natural match. The only concern that I have is their attitude number. This is the vibration that you give off when people meet you for the first time, is a challenge to each other. But their crisis numbers are a natural match, and their life path number is a natural match. So psychically, what I'm picking up as an intuitive, as a psychic medium, I am picking up on this vibration really strongly. And I am making a prediction that Kamala Harris will pick Josh Shapiro as her running mate. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Again, today is August 1st. It's Thursday and it's 1:37 p.m. Mountain Time that I'm making this prediction. So there you go. That is my prediction for the VP pick. So thank you so much for joining me today. Everybody have a wonderful day, and it's been my pleasure. Take care, everybody. Bye.